One long Johnny. I need to do something with that extra space up at the top of this scene. Alright, we're going through Sao Paulo, Brazil. I think the shiny ones are the ones I've completed. Yes, okay. Nope, it's the one I have selected. Oh, yeah, okay, the ones that are... Got it. This place looks interesting. Let's see what we got. If HerrBawl can remember how to play. Alright. An advertisement for you up there? Girl, you don't need advertised. Oops. Everybody knows the bodacious babe that is Dragon Gym. Can't be that one. That and that. Things there, so we'll come back to that. Gotta do that. Boom, boom, boom. A sailor knight. Sure. Boom. I want you in my room. Do, 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 do. I don't know why that song's suddenly in my head. Oh, because I probably just said boom, boom, boom. Ooh, we don't know that that's going to be that. But it's going to be... No, I guess we do know that. Okay. Oops. Spyglass. Sure. Sure. I like when they're nice and give me a full bar to work with. Probably nothing left over. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I know I don't have to put those on there, but I like to so that I remember. We'll figure that out. Oops. Look how scared a cat I am. Too bad I don't regain some life when I do it right. There. It's going to be there. Probably not directly after, no. I'm not sure what I'm going to play after I get done with this, but this is going to be at least another... See, I'm a quarter of the way through, so probably at least another 2 or 3 weeks. 15 by 15. Starting to get scarious. The tailor? Could be over. Boom, boom. You know that when I am playing these more modern games, my chat isn't up easy for me to see, right? I guess now that I've got this newer thing, I might be able to set it up on so it's showing me chat on Touch Portal. Talking to a blind cat. He's very, very blind now. Hey, Grizzly, welcome in. I had to get a new tablet because the old tablet that I was using, well, let's just say the battery decided to expand quite a bit. It didn't do it explosively, thankfully, but yeah. So now I've got a newer tablet. It's a Pixel. I don't remember which version. But it's a lot bigger, so there's space for me to... Plus, Touch Portal, which is the programming I use for the... having digital buttons, has a thing to do websites. So I'm pretty sure I could get chat into it. I just haven't. It'd probably be helpful for playing newer games like this, where I... Nope. That one... How do I on it? Well, I guess it would have yelled at me if I'd have gotten it wrong. Don't mind me, I'm just a little scatterbrained today. Then 11, 12, so that can't be that. Scatterbrained, yeah. This looks like it's going to be like an ankh or something. I don't know if ankh is the right word for it. Something Catholic like an ankh. Well, I'm presuming it's going to be Catholic since everything else so far seems to be pretty Catholic in this game. I could probably throw that caveat into that statement. Oh, no, this is an anchor. Okay. Nope. Yar. Yep. About made a mistake thinking these were still the 10 by 10s. It's going to make a whole straight line across. Well, I've done all the easy bits. Suppose it's probably going to be the same on both sides. What is this going to be? A compass rose? Do, 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 do. Skip straight to the front of the line on those ones on accident. HerrBawl, issue is got a brain. I wonder sometimes. To the place where I belong, West Virginia. Mountain trauma, take me home. Rusty hose. How many is that? That's 9. So it's not going to be exactly symmetrical. This is the helm of a ship. Ship's wheel, as it were. Now I guess it's going to be symmetrical. He says, getting it wrong. A rudder? That is not the rudder. Isn't the rudder the actual part of it down in the water? What a beautiful view the lighthouse has. Meow. I just realized what the background picture was. Has it always been that every time? They do that. Make it easier. Easier on the hairball. My silly brain. So it is the piece in the water that I was talking about, or if it's an airfoil, it's a stabilizer. But it's also actually also the application of it. Okay. I would have called it the ship's wheel. Or the helm. Of course, it also seems like Portuguese might be the native language of the developers. So, there's always that. I do. Won't come in loose. How much it is interesting that, well, I guess it makes sense because we're in a lighthouse area. So we are actually doing nautical themed stuff right now. It is going pretty well. How are you doing? I understand your birthday is on Sunday. Happy birthday. I believe I saw that post. Okay. Two. Hopefully I'll be able to drop in. I should be able to, but if work gets real busy, I might not be able to. I don't expect it to, but, work be work. Nope. Just about made a mistake there. That can't be that. A lot of playroom still there. Yeah. Mm. Oh, wait. You love the mustachio on this one? Oh. I mean, darkness is pretty spectacular. Oh, interesting. Why would you have told me that? 5? It is a 5. Hmm? Yes, that's it. Ooh. It is a shoal. Oh boy, 25 by 25, huh? No, 25 by 20. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It can't be there because it's 5. There. Can't be there. Can't be there. That can't be there. Can't be there. Could be. Can't be there. That can't be there. Okay. 21. So there's going to be 4 left over. Those ones are guaranteed to be filled. Oh, we got some solid lines down here. I didn't see them. Helpful. Could fill in. Thought it would fill in a couple of lines, but I guess not. I got 5 on it. These puppies on here. And just makes it easier for me. Binga binga bongo, I don't wanna leave the jungle. No, 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 no. Binga binga bongo, I don't wanna leave the jungle. Leave the go. Grief. Okay. All right, all right. Easier for me to do it that way. I got 5 on it. 4. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. That 12, 13. Yep. Nothing. Why are you? You only got 2 hearts missing. Why are you looking so downtrodden, SherloCAT? What is this, a cannon? The direction. Ooh. 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 25 by 20. Favorite. Good old full lines. Boink, boink, boink. 13, right? Yeah. These. All the way up. Ooh, beyond all the way up. I've got 5 on it. What? Dang it. Single in here somewhere. Not going to make the same mistake again I made over there. Right now, at least. Boing. 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 Me? Me? That one? Nope. A lighthouse entrance, huh? We got 5 on it. What? Right. Well, you can't. You got to sit here and watch me struggle through 'em. A lot of things there. Mhm. 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 Yep. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Well, you pretend to solve the puzzles. What, you don't like the smooth jazz in this game? You know that's gonna be. 4. I went to 9. Well. Ding. Ding, ding. Here. Andalusia Lighthouse. Is that the last map of this? Nope. 25 by 20. Okay. That's great of filled. 21, 23, not quite. 3, nope. 6, 7, 9, 12, 15. Nope, not even close. Well, that's only by 20, 15, 20. Ew. Well, good thing I only slightly miscounted. I shouldn't have assumed that that was going to be that way, but I did. Oh, 14 take me. Welcome and hardly working. Back to work in the Nonogram mines. Way too many to be 8. All right. I'm working in the coal mines, going down, down, down. Working in the coal mines. Whoops. Messed up right there. Oh, nice. Is that in mainline WoW or in WoW Classic? Nice. What? Did I not click and drag all the way over here? That's going to have to be right there. Yeah. Well, that's because because I am leaning over to read another screen. Since this is a full screen game on my gaming laptop, I don't have my chat window open that I would normally have over here to be able to read chat easily. I've got some fixes for that. I just haven't implemented them. Most of the time I'm not playing full screen games. Mm-hmm. 3 and a 1. Call it this. Yep. Say, looky here. And so, sure. Yep. Also a 4. Excuse me. Either direction. I think it's safe to say it's not going to be any of those over there. You just want your symbol up on the screen. Yes. Wait. Oops. Gotta be at least that. Can't be over to there. Yep. Six. Okay. Four. Back to that. And again, I apologize to anybody whose brain works faster than mine on these. 15, 16. Oh. Space there, lots of space there. 9, 3. Good. Two and a 2 out of 6. So this must be part of the 6. So the 7's going to be over there, so this has to be one of those 3s. Okay. Oh, I don't think I'm not doing well. I just think that there are people that their brains probably function faster with these. The more you do them, the more they, the easier they are for you to start spotting things and little tricks and stuff to make it go quicker. I'm doing much faster, or going through them much quicker and getting less misses on this than I was before I was playing a bunch of the Mario ones, so figured out this has got to be part of the 6. Nope. That's saying that's a complete 2 by itself. There's going to be a 1 there, and then a 3 and a 1 way over here somewhere. What do we think? That's a 3. Do we think it's going to be there? Hey, it was. Over. What? Dang it. Sometimes my brain doesn't look at the crossed out ones. Well, this is going to be at least a 2. Okay. 2, 1, 2. 3. May have. So the various tips that I'm doing is that, so this game makes part of it a little bit easier because it automatically crosses out lines and automatically fills in some of the things when you're done with them. But one of the things I look for instance, if I know that the column, is 20 tall, then I add up all of the numbers and then add one less than the amount of numbers that are up here to the column. And if that equals the number, then I know that that column's completely filled and I can just go down the row. But each of these numbers is going to be a set of filled in blocks with at least one gap between it and the next fill in set of blocks. So this 6 was this 6 filled in, and then there has to be at least one empty space between it and the next number. So the edge numbers may or may not be actually on the edges, but they don't necessarily have to have a blank space to the left of it. So this 2 didn't have to have an empty one here, but it does have to have an empty one between the 2 and the 5. At least one empty. So one of the things about this particular game is that it automatically crosses things off numbers off when you get them, but it doesn't always add the automatic fill mark to remind me. And so sometimes I forget that and I don't look. And I, like in this case, I almost went, oh, so this should be at least 3. And then I went, oh, that is already 3. Oh, it's the 4. But that's why some of these mistakes I made was because I thought that it was something different. So for instance, this one I miscounted. That counted what? 4, 6, 7, 9, 12. I think I counted 15 on accident when I was supposed to count 14. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the column, so it's plus 5 is 19. But again, I think I miscounted, so in my head I'd said 15, and then plus 5 was 20, so I started going down the line. And then once I got down here and realized there was a 2 left, and I had 3 spaces, I went, whoops. So I filled in this space because I know that one is going to have to be filled in. Similarly, you'll see sometimes when it comes up with things like this one that there was 23. Like, I started out by going, oh, okay, that's going to have to be at least going to the 3 past the end, or 2 prior to the end, because that's 23. So those ones are guaranteed to have to be completed. HerrBawl doesn't rush when solving puzzles. HerrBawl's brain rushes when solving puzzles. There's a difference. Don't attribute to me what that bastard does. Let's see. So similarly, I've got a 2 left in this column. So I know that this space right here can't be filled out because there's not 2 spaces available. So I can mark that as blank. That doesn't necessarily help me, but it lets me know that this 7 isn't going to start there. So now there's only 7 left, though, so I can go ahead and fill that in. Similarly, this has just helped me because I know now that it can't be all the way over here, so we've got this 5 here to fill out the last bit of this one. And again, I don't have to add these blanks in here, but it helps me. Let's see. So now I can also go ahead and do this one because I know that's going to be 3. And then it automatically filled out the rest of it because the line was completed. Which again is a fairly nice feature. Not all games have that. Not all of these games have that. So we know this is going to have to be filled because that 2 over there. There. That wasn't to the end of a 4, so this must be the 3. Nice. With here except the 4. Alright, so this is going to be this 2 over here. Which means this is going to be part of the 7. This will have to be part of the 8. So it's really nice when you're able to start with either a filled line anywhere, or preferably if I'm able to fill a line on one of the edges, because then you can just start building from there down or over. And you're not just making guesses. Let me double check here. Let's see. 8, 9, 10, 12, 8, 9, 11, 13. Yeah. 13 plus 4, not close enough. Gonna be, I'm gonna guess this is gonna be all completed here. No. Nope, not the whole thing, but a chunk of it. That's gonna have to be that. Doesn't help us there, but it reminds me that that was a completion. So that's got to be that. Oops. And then I messed up. Okay, as long as you don't start shaking stuff off of the windows or all the walls in here. So that could be that, or it could be that. That's not great. Try to come back to it later, unless I'm not able to crack any other spots. That's way too much for me to make a guess. Well, I guess let's see. So 8, 10, 12. Oh. Okay. So we can't have the entirety of that in here. That tells me this 2 is going to have to be over here, which, okay. I've got an 8 left in this line, which is 11 long. We'll leave 3 blanks on both sides here, because that'll guaranteed to have to be in. Then I've got 8 to deal with there as well. But I don't know if I can make enough of a guess. Alright, so the bottom number on this column is a 3. So we know it can't be this, which means it's got to be this, which will also block out that and that. Similarly there. So that one is a 1 by itself, so that can't be there. There's a 5 amongst these 7. So these middle 3 are going to have to be filled in. Yeah. I don't need to hear you going. I'm aware that I've only got 1 heart left. Only 1 mistake left. So it looks like this is going to be by itself because it marked off a 1. There's going to be a 3 in here. I kind of feel like this is going to continue up here, but I don't want to make the guess. So this is going to have to be a 6 out of level 11. Okay, so that middle one was the only one I was going to know anyway. Excuse me. But this has to be this 3 here. Part of that. That did not solve any of these. Okay, so this is going to have to be a 5. Excuse me. Mouse, what the hell was that? Okay, so this one filled in this 3 up here, but there's a 1 below it, so it looks like this next column over got the same treatment. Okay, well, that solves that line there. think that also solves this one for us. Yep. Okay. Now, because with the bottom lines of these 3 columns is a 3, we know that this 3 for this has to be over here to make those 3. Also, not that, so the 2 is over here. Now that this is a 2, so the 5 is over here. Okay. Those are 2s. It looks like these are going to be a 3. That'll be the 2 to finish that line up. So those were 2s. Lines that out and let's solve this. Okay. Making progress. Making pancakes, making pancakes. That's going to have to be at least that. Alright. So this... yeah, that's going to have to be there. We've got a 2 over here, which we don't have enough space to fill yet. Let's see, we know that this one is going to have to be filled in there, and then those 2 can't be filled. Oh, we also know that... So I was right about that guess, but I didn't want to make the guess because I'm low on misses. This is now 4. So you can just procedurally make your way through this stuff. Sometimes you have to make guesses, but not all the time. Oh, it was up here. The object ends with ha. I mean, honestly, that's a ECA, but whatever. Hope the object is not... I hope it's in English. I'm assuming it's going to be, but you never know. Alright, so that was the Santa Lucia Lighthouse. Now we're on to the Monk and the Nun. Ooh, I like it when it starts back down to nice and simple. Those 4 are going to have to be completed. Let's just start out with a nice chunk. Don't know which direction this is going to go, but gets us a start at least. Four. 5, 6, 5, 4. That's the 6. That's the 2, which also solve those. That's going to be the 7. 3, 3. Yes. I went over to from the St. Lucia to the St. Lucia Lighthouse to the Monk and the Nun. So this is the first puzzle in the Monk and the Nun chapter. I don't know if chapters is the right thing. I guess they are. I don't know. They don't really title them. Map, I guess. Ooh, a pickaxe. For now, we've got 15 wide. Let's see. Brain's not so good at it, so I don't know automatically what numbers equal up. But so 5, 6, 7, 8, not 10. I don't think there's any of these that are completely fill-outable yet. Let's see, these all start with 1 in the left column. Okay, so that's going to have to be that. Be that. So that could be that, but it could also not be that. So I'm not going to take a guess on it right now. I guess let me finish up with these. Oops. Bang. 3, 2. We know that's not coming down here. Got an 8. 3. We're not sure exactly where that's going. That tells us this one. Don't want to quite take the guess yet, so we'll keep working. I don't think any of these will get me to the 15. All right, so this one has to be at least, at least over to there. These are going to have to be empty. So, excuse me. We know these have to be blank because the first number in this column is a 3, and that's not 3. Oh, right, I should fill out from the bottom up. Oh. No, why you click? No, that was definitely me clicking in the wrong spot on accident. So that one's got to be blank. And this one has to be a blank because it can't either fit either 2 or 3. Actually, I'll go so far as to say all that's going to be blank. Going to be a 4 to complete that out. That can't be there, so the 2 is going to be somewhere in there. That can't be there, so it's got to be here. There. This is a 3, so that can't be there. Started completing that somewhere. This has got to be a 5. Could be the 3. Be a 3. Be a 3. That's over to there. First number up there is a 3. So that's got to be a 1 there. Be a 3. Okay, that's got to be these. It also helps us figure out those. What is this? Oh, right. Okay. So again, in this one, because this is a 15 wide and this is a 12, what I'm doing is going, this is, 10, 12, and then I'm counting from right to left. So I know that these middle 9 have to be filled in. Let's see, with a 9, it's going to be these middle 3. Since the bottom numbers are 1, and it was nice enough to auto-complete or auto-scratch them out. I think I can manually... No, okay. These originated, by the way, as things that were printed in newspapers. Or magazines. So there's a lot of things that if you were just doing them with pen and paper, wouldn't be happening. Like auto-filling out, that sort of thing. You'd have to be just crossing it out or using a pen or pencil. 3. Okay, so that's completed that. So this has to go this direction. It's going to have to be the middle 5. This will be a 4. Actually, I guess that was an example. So here, 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus... Hold on. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 3 is 12. Oh, nope, never mind. See, there's a gap of 2 here, not a gap of 1. Good thing I didn't try to do the math way. Alright, so the first number is going to have to be a 3, which will fill out there. 4, and then a 2 somewhere over here. Now this one's got to be up there, and that's got to be a 4. That's going to be blank because the first number here is a 5. So the 12 then will be over there. Okay. Got to be a 3. Also a 3. Okay, that'll be the 6. Yeah. Okay. This could all be over here, I guess, but I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, that can't be over there. So that's got to be one of the 2 ones. Is this 9? That's not 9. Let's do that, though, because we know it's going to be at least those. Okay. What do we got? The monk and the nun. Montaigne? I see. So the monk and the nun are a set of mountains. Got it. Unless Montaigne means something else in Portuguese. Yeah, so I'm guessing that was just a... I guess Montaigne is a place. Alright, up to the 15 by 15. This has to be 2, so we know it can't be over here in this column. Anything with the right-hand column of 2 is going to be not over here. Or 4. Anything greater than 1 over in the right-hand column can't possibly be over here. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things down here that have 1s. Say some of these. Going to be here. Which again will help us narrow some things down. Now, so because of the way this particular puzzle is, we're now essentially working with an 11 by 11. Let's see, 2, 6, 8, 10, not quite. 2, 5, 6, 7, 10, not quite. Here we go, 10 and 11. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus a space between is 11. So we can fill this. without having to guess. Going to be at least that way, and let's see. There. We know that's going to be not there. That could be all the way over there. Do this. Okay, that crossed out one number. Be there. And I guess that's part of the 6. I mean, it's going to have to be part of the 6. Is this 10? Let's actually do this. So I know that there's going to have to be at least a 2 and a buffer up here. So I was counting 6 up from that, so I could be guaranteed that those were going to need to be filled in. That's pretty much what I'm doing the entirety of the game, is just guessing like that. Or I guess it's technically not guessing. That one can't be, which means that one can't be. Narrow it down to, well, that was a misclick, but it was in the right spot, so that's fine, I guess. Now those are 2s. Also a 2, as is that. That. We'll figure that portion out later. So we know at the most it could, oh, but there's a 1 up here. Okay. Fill out at least that. So that's going to have to be. Oh, the math's a little different on this one. All right, I guess I knew that one was going to have to be there anyways. I just was silly and didn't fill it in. C3, 1, 1 buffer, 4. Okay. Or, oh, can't do the same thing there. So we can say those 3 are going to have to be is this one. Okay, can't be that because that was a 1. So it has to be there. That's 7. That's 7. Six, 5. There. Those are all 1s. These two will have to be filled in. Got that. Those are those. That. 3. 7. 6. 7. Positive. 1. 4. Yep. Okay. 4. A helmet. Okay. I'm guessing that was supposed to be like a rock climbing helmet. All right, 15 by 15. All right. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13, plus 2 spaces is 15. Being with this row. These ones can't be. Okay, so that narrows that down to there. Bling, bling, bling. Slowly but surely. Don't call me but surely. That's gonna have to be this. Carabiner. Not a carabiner. Caribbeaner. SherloCAT saw the beauty and grandeur of the mountain o Frada Ia Freira. I'm guessing that's the monk and the nun in Portuguese. Nope, that was only halfway. Why'd I stop? All right, on to the 20 by 15. 20. 18, 19, 20. Yep. 17, 18, 20. 19, 20. 8, 11, 14, 17, 20. 20 of these other ones are going to be good like that. Let's see. 1, 6, 11, 14, 17. Nope. 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Nope. All right. Start going from the other direction. 2, 1, 1. 2 and a 1. 1 and a 1. 2 and a 5. 2 and a 2. And a 1. 2 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 and a 2. Ooh, completed the 9. 2 and a 1. 2 and a 4. 1 and a 3. 2 and a 2. And 3. 2 and a 1. 2 and a 2. And a 1. And a 2. 2 and 1. Okay. Excuse me. 1 and then a 3, so this has got to be the 3. Gonna be a 2. 1 somewhere here and a 1 somewhere there. Okay. 2, 1 and 1. 1 and 2. Let's go from the bottom. 4, 2, 2. With the Mario P-Cross games, also crossing out something doesn't. If you cross out something that shouldn't be crossed out, doesn't count as a hit against you or as a mistake. But what I'm saying is, you're more likely to see me making those mistakes than the other direction. Complete that. Yep. All right. Build out from this side. 3 and a 2. 1. Gotta be a 3. Okay. 3, that's a 2. Can't be a 3 and a 2, so the 3 has to be in here somewhere. This will have to be a 2, and this will have to be a 3. That. 3. Three, a 1. This can't be the 3, so this has to be the 1. Make that a 2. I'm gonna have 2 2s in here. That will make that a 3. 2 and a 1. And that'll be a 2, so this can't reach down to here. Alright, so now this one's going to be a 3. Yes, that'll have to be a 2 that direction. A 3 and a 2. 3 and a 2. Okay. 3 and another 3. Okay. 3 and a 2. That can't be a 3. 3. Those aren't 2 of those. What is this? Oh, a car on a road. 20 by 20. 20 by 20. A lot of filled in lines, though. What did baby corn say to mama corn? Where's popcorn? Eight, 7, 6, 6, 7, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8. Oops, clicked the wrong mouse button. 8, 9, 11, 10, 1. From the other side, 6, 1, 5, 3, 6, 1, 6, 1, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we've got 13 to work with, so 9, 11, 12, 13. That counted wrong. Happens. Be one there. 2, 2. 1, 1, 2. There. Both of those. 4. This isn't the 1, so that's got to be part of a 2. It'll also have to be a 2 because the one that crossed out. This is a 5. For which direction that one's going. This will be a 2. Oh, guess we know what direction that's going in. Okay. This will be a 4 going that way. Nine plus 10. Okay. Plus 1. Two can only be that. Oop. Two could be HerrBawl not paying attention. So this has to be 2. That's that. Nope. Two. Oh, where did I miss this? Banana tree. Banana. Number 20. 13, 14, 16, 19, not quite. 15. Oh, but I guess we know that. Okay, so it's actually 14 by, or 15 by, 20 by 19. 19. We'll try that again. 13, 14, 16, 19. Sounds good. Nine, 12, 13, 15, 4, 18. Twelve, 15, 18, not quite. 9, 11, 14, 17, not quite. We did that math and that math. We're guaranteed at least that being taken up. Can't be in there. Okay, that one has to be there. So it has to be in there. Okay. Yes, we know. Okay. So this could be the 4, it could be the 2. Okay, so it's got to be the 4 because it didn't scratch out one of the numbers. So this one has to be 5, but I don't know in which direction. Is that 9? What's over here? I guess it is. don't know why that was so hard for my brain. My poor brain gets blamed for all the things I do. But I want to start guessing. Oh, I guess I don't have to guess with these. I just wasn't paying attention. Once we completed the center line there. Come on, 3. Be a 2. Yep. Right, all right, all right. Like a man with a hat on. So we know this is going to have to be a 7 up here, so... Wait, was that 7? That was just 7. Okay. Be a 1. Somewhere over here is the 2. Make 7. Up yours. This is going to have to be the 5. This will have to be 4. Anything over here? That's 7. Get me either of those. That. Not confident enough to call that quite yet. Is that 8? We need one more there. Huh? To be filled in. There's that. Well, that's the 5. that. This. Oh, but this is going to be there. Is that my 7? That's my 7. Okay. Six. So these middle 2 are going to have to be used. 3 out of 5, so at least that middle one's going to have to be. Okay, we know that's not there. It's going to have to be there. Neither there or there. Really, there, because of the way the things were going. So it can't be there, so it has to be there. Okay. There, that'll have to be there. Okay. Yeah, there's this doesn't help us narrow down over there yet. Yeah, this one can't be here because it's going to have to be a 2. What is that? It's 211. I'm going to make a guess. Yep. Four. 4. 3. 2. 3. It's not there. 4. 4. 1. 1. 3. 3. All right, all right. 3. 2. 2. 4. It is a person with clouds. It's a friar. Moving on to 25 by 20. What? 21. Oh. 23. 14, 19, 21. 13, 21, 20. Let's see. 24, 25. Okay. 17, 18, 19, 21. Nope. Oh, close. So that would get me up to 24. So 15, 17, 18. Yeah, same 21. Let's see, 12. 22, 24. 11, 14, 18, 21, 13, 15, 18, 21. Go in the other direction, we only need 20. 19. Nope. Nope. No, I probably shouldn't be just making guesses like that, but whatevs. It's just SherloCAT who pays the price, not me. Into the wild blue yonder. Guess that's the 7. The 8. Okay, I was like, why is that? That's more than a 5. Three at least. At least. Move in. I go to 6. Okay. And sometimes you could just make educated guesses. Oops. But then, stuff like that happens. Or your guess was not good enough. Be a 3. This has to be the 5. Okay, this is going to be the 3. B. some brute forcing. Dragon Gem knows all about that. I got this then. Let's see. 8. Okay. 3. 2. 2 because it wasn't part of the 7. It didn't check off the 1. So 6 and 6. Can't be there, so that's 4. She's going to be the 1 in here, likely. 4, so this is going to be part of the 2. Six. Probably part of the 9. Two in either direction. That's going to have to be part of the 9. This is a 1. There's going to be a 1 over here, so that can't be part of the 9. Hey, what are you doing? In eight. That's 8. Okay. Got a little easier on myself. Two, 3. 2, 4. What? Miscounted. Stinking brain. That's what, 8, 12, 14. Okay. 5, 3, 4. That can't be part of the 6. Okay. 4. Good. 3. This also has to be a 3. 4 down here. Seven. 2. Down on the highway, looking for adventure, whatever comes our way. 3. Have to be 3. So that didn't count this as part of either of that 1, so this must be the 3. 2 and a 1. 2. 2. 4. 5, 3, 3. Six and a 3, so that's going to have to be that. Okay. E and a 2. 4. A roadway? Yep. All right, 25. 20, 20, 20, 20, 25 lines. We're pixelated. Let's see. 17 plus 6 is 23, 24, so almost. Let's do this. Yeah. Well, I guess I should just do this. Eight. Seven. 11. 11. 5, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5. 5, if I can count correctly. Oh yeah. Everything's coming up millions. I was going to say, this is a different view of the nun and the monk. Sherlock Holmes took a long walk in the monk and the nun mountain. In the mountain? Sherlock. Let's see, so that puts us at 512, so almost halfway through. That was another 2. Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna get started into this Buddha statue, and I'll do the first 5 here real quick. Got a native beehive. Like symmetry. I like symmetry. One. Japanese gate in Sao Paulo. Lily pad. Picture frame, isn't it? Our house is a very, very, very fine house. Mm-hmm. Hey, Macarena. Herps. Do this. 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 That. Oh, there's 15 I missed. If only HerrBawl could count. He'd be really mad. Lighting. Okay. Does the monk have any information about Sherlock? Okay. Now we are not halfway done. I'm just afraid that these will take quite a bit longer than these did to do. So